right? So these are the learning outcomes, right? So if you can remember, so we just discuss something regarding this lesson as well, right? Yes. Hope you can remember that. So when we are discussing about the fundamentals of management, so roughly we go through this uh, first session, first lesson as well, right? So anyway, so these are the learning outcomes, right? Basic concepts of human resource management. Then the unique characteristics and the objectives of human resource management, and the functions and the importance of human resource management, right? So these are the learning outcomes, right? And this is the content. What is human resource management? Uh, then characteristics of human resource management, objectives, functions, and the importance of human resource management, right? So hope you can remember these definitions as well, right? So what is human resource? So simply tell me, so without having a theoretical definition, so what refers to the human resource in an organization? Human resource, who are the human resources available in an organization? Yes, employees. Hmm? Okay. Yes, good. So that's what we identify as human resources. So then, who are the different human resources available in an organization? So when we consider human resource, ne, so we can identify basically different people. What are the different peoples? Maybe employees, managers, huh? Yes, owners also there. Eh? Owners, managers, employees. Likewise, in different names, we can identify the human resources in an organization, right? In different names, we can identify the human resources in an organization. Some of them are, considered as the owners. Eh? That is, some of them are considered as the managers. Some of them are considered as the employees or non-managerial employees. Basically, we can identify managerial employees, non-managerial employees, and the owners. So likewise, we can identify different types of human resources in an organization. Theoretically, right, so we can say that employed, those who employed to carry out the jobs, tasks, functions, right, in exchange for salaries, wages, and other benefits. Okay? So we can identify those who employ different tasks, jobs, functions, right, in exchange for wages, salaries, and other rewards, right? So that's what we can identify as the human resources in an organization, right? So I told you that when it comes to organization, we can identify two main resources. What are the two main resources? When it comes to organization, mainly we can identify two main resources. What are the two resources? Mainly human resources and the physical resources, right? In an organization, you have resources that you can put them into two categories. One is human resources, and other one is the physical resources. Physical resources in the sense, what are the examples? Sorry? Yes, building. Yes, physical resources. What are the examples? Machineries, buildings, vehicles. Yes, others. What are the physical resources examples? Actually, they are different. Huh? Other than human resources, all other things we can identify what? Physical resources. Eh? Again, you can put them into the finance resources as well. Physical resources, finance resources, and human resources. Right? More clearly, we can categorize in such a way as well. Right. So anyway, human resources in the sense, those who employed to carry out the various jobs, tasks, and the functions in exchange for salaries, wages, and other benefits. Right? Okay, so then we define, if you can remember, we define human resource management as well. Right? Hope you can remember that one. Then, can someone tell me what is management? So, can someone define what is management is all about? Hmm? Is Castro? Can someone define what is management? Simply, huh? What is management? Hmm? We are not answering. So you cannot prevent seated, right? Let us stand until the end of the session. Okay, what is management? What is management? Simply,
Achieve organizational objectives.
no, management is not achieving the organizational objectives. So you have to, include certain things, not just, achieving the goals. Yes. Again. How? Yes, management is we can there are different definitions, right? So there's we cannot identify this is the exact definition, this is the standard definition, this is the universally accepted norm. So so we can identify management in some simple terms as achieving organizational objectives how effectively by efficiently utilizing limited resources. Management is all about achieving the organizational goals effectively. So, right, so when it comes to organization, neither. So you have the notes, then you can save me. So we have the goals in an organization. So then we need to achieve these goals effectively by efficiently utilizing the limited resources. I told you that. Ne? So when it comes to the organization, we have limited resources. Ne? Even though it is a finance resources or human resources or physical resources, we have what? Limited resources or a scarce resources. So then what we need to do? If you want to achieve the organizational objectives, we have to use this concept of management, right? So that's why we are telling that management is all about achieving organizational objectives effectively by efficiently utilizing the limited or scarce resources, right? Okay, so then you know the difference between effectiveness and the efficiency as well, right? Okay, so then when it comes to human resource management also, right? So that concepts you can apply, right? Specifically, you are going to use these limited human resources, right? So you are going to use these limited human resources. Earlier we discussed about generally all the resources in general. So here when it comes to this particular discussion, So here we are going to specifically consider about human resources, right? We have limited human resources, so then we have to use these or you have to utilize them efficiently to achieve the organizational objectives effectively, right? So you have maybe, in an organization, maybe 10 employees, maybe 50 employees, maybe more than that. So whatever the number you have, right? So the nature is limited. Okay? So you have limited employees. So then what you will do is through the proper human resource management, you have to get the maximum to achieve whatever your goals. Okay? So that's what we need to discuss. So then again, if you look at this definition, uh, it says human resource management is a process, right? It's a process. Uh, Again, the different functions or activities are there. Okay? Different sub functions are there. Human resource management is a process of you are given some functions, acquiring, training, appraising, compensating, right? Attending to their labor relations, right? And health and safety and fairness concerns, right? So that's what we can identify as what human resource management. Human resource management is a combination of these all functions, right? So it's not just hiring employees. You have to do more than that. Ne? Under human resource management, if you look at these different functions, you can have kind of a picture. What kind of activities are there? What is the scope of these human resource management? Right? First, you have to acquire people, right? So you have to select most capable, talented, skillful employees, right? So then you have to, recruit them for the organization. After recruiting or after appointing them for a particular job vacancy, you have to train them properly. You have to give a kind of a training, right? Training and development. So human resource management is as part of so you have to ensure the development or growth of the employees as well. Right? So it's not just, getting works done or get them, kind of a task. Right? No. So you have to ensure their growth as well. Right? So you have to achieve your organizational target and also you have to ensure kind of an environment to grow the employees as well. That's why we are providing some training and development. Then appraising means what? Appraising. So you have to evaluate their performances. Okay? So you have to understand, you have to check, you have to evaluate their performances as well. So if you are going to, evaluate the performance, for an example, let's assume our supervisor නැත්තම් ඔබ report මම at least මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනකන් ඔයාලා නිකන් බලන්න තිබෙන්නේ no. So then at the end of the day, so you don't remember anything. Yeah, so likewise, so there should be kind of a performance appraisal. So then compensation, so likewise, different tasks are there, we can discuss them, right? So that's what we identify as the human resource management. Or else you can say that human resource management is achieving organizational objectives effectively by utilizing the limited human resources, right? That's what also you can consider, right? So then we discuss these unique characteristics of human resource management. That's good. Okay. So tell me, what are the characteristics of human resource management? Yes. Hmm? Yes, close the books. Books and notes. We talk. So then tell me what are the characteristics of normally just, he can tell me what are the nature of the human resource management or characteristics. So when you are doing human resource management, what kind of nature is there? So thank you first you mentioned then again. So we are focusing on human resources. Then is what else? Hmm? So through the human resource management, obviously we are focusing on the human resources. Then what else? Hmm? Hmm? Sorry, introduce, continue the process. Yes, it's a kind of a process. Let's say it's a process. Human resource management is a process. Continued process. Nice. Continued process. But yes, we focus on people. It's a continued process. Something missing. Yes.
So employment development.
Management. Management. Development. Development, not the management development. Development of the employees. It helps to develop the employees. Yes, what you mentioned.
So the same point, employment development.
Okay. Yes, employee development or it helps to develop the employees. Then it's a continuing process. Good. Then focus on people. Yes, what you mentioned. Yes, it they take the initiation for a change, right? So human resource management need to take the initiation for a change in the organization. Because when we are changing the organization, we have to do what? We have to change the employees as well. Okay? So without changing the behaviors, the mindset of the people, so we cannot have a kind of a change in an organization. So then human resource management have to take that initiation as well. Okay? The change initiation. Yes. So one more important thing you missed. Huh? Strategy. Yes. So there's a strategic importance of the human resource management as well. Right? Right. Okay. So there's a strategic importance of human resource. So can someone explain what is strategic importance of human resource management? What is strategic importance of human resource management? So obviously there's a strategic importance. So can someone tell me that is what is the meaning of this strategic importance? Hmm? Strategic importance. What is strategies? Yes, what is strategies? Hmm? Methods we use to achieve a particular goal. Okay? Tactics or action plans. So we use to achieve a particular goal. So then we use strategies for to achieve what in organization. So mainly using strategies. Yes, we need to achieve a kind of a what competitive advantage. Okay? So we have to achieve the competitive advantage by using different strategies, right? So when it comes to the strategies, there are three levels, right? Corporate level, business level, and the functional level, right? If I take an example, so do you know conglomerates? Have you heard this term before? No. Conglomerates? Anyone? No. Eh? No. Conglomerates in the sense, uh, if you consider about the John Keels, John Keels Holdings and the Softlogics likewise, so they are functioning in different sectors, right? You know that, right? Softlogic, what are the different sectors they are functioning? Different industries. Asli Hospital or healthcare is a one. So then apart from that, Softlogic having some insurance, නේ? නේද? only that other ලෙඩ කියලා කියන්නේ නේද? Huh? So then Softlogic insurance, Softlogic healthcare, then there are some electrical equipments, so likewise they are functioning in different sectors. So then Donkey is also same. So they are functioning in what transportation, logistics. So they are having some hospitality. So likewise, they are having different, not only one particular sector or industry, they are functioning in multiple sectors. So such kind of organization we identify as the conglomerates, right? So then when it comes to this kind of organization, we can see the three levels of strategies, right? Corporate level, business level, and the functional level. Corporate level in the sense, simply I'm explaining, right? So this is something additional. Corporate level in the sense, without considering about these different sectors, they are preparing some strategies commonly for all the industries. Clear? As a John Keels, as a Softlogic, so they are developing some strategies. That level is we can consider as the corporate level. Then you are going to narrow it down, right? So you are going to narrow down your strategies. Then coming to the second level, that is business level. Business level in the sense you consider different industries or sectors separately. Clear? So they are considering healthcare separately, logistics separately. So likewise, there are industries they consider separately, and then develop strategies. That is what business level strategy development. Again, is one particular industry, for an example, healthcare, RCD, right? So then healthcare, they are having how many functions? Business functions. Normally, I told you how many business functions are there, not management functions. How many business functions? Yes. 4. Name them. What are the business functions? Not the management functions. Normally, what are the business functions? So you should know these things, right? Finance, marketing, HR, one more. Yes. Human resource. Sorry, operations. Right? HR, so mainly out of these 4, I told you 3 is main functions, 1 is supporting function, and 3 is what is supporting function. It's okay. So then we when it comes to this one sector, right? Healthcare, you can identify 4 functions, right? Again, not only the healthcare, hospitality, all sectors they are having 4 functions. So then you have to develop some strategies separately for these functions as well. Human resource management, you have to do some strategies. Finance, you have to develop some strategies. Marketing, you have to develop some strategies. Operation, you have to develop some strategies. Clear? So then HR, under HR, you have to develop some strategies, right? That strategies we identify as the functional strategies, right? I told you the 3 levels of strategies: corporate level, business level. Third one is the functional level. So HR is coming under functional level strategy, right? As a one function, as a one business function, you have to develop some strategies. So then that is coming under human resource management. Okay? So then strategic importance means what then? Once you develop these different strategies, that strategy help you to achieve your, competitive advantage, right? Your business need to achieve the competitive advantage, or else you need to achieve the goals. To achieve goals or achieve competitive advantage in long term, not short term, right? So strategy always we are focusing on long term, not short term, day-to-day, not day-to-day operations. We focus on maybe 1 or 2 years, 5 years, 8 years time, right? Long terms, we are having targets. To achieve these targets, there's contribution from the human resource management aspect. So how human resource management can contribute to achieve that, to achieve the competitive advantage? Hmm? So how HR can achieve that? How HR and competitive advantage achieve current help current. So how they can help? Hmm? Yes, one very good. So one is under human resource management, you are doing some training and development. Obviously, their skill level, productivity, their talent, so that will improve, right? So then they are very capable, talented. So then, then you can have high productivity. Maybe you can reduce the cost. So likewise, so you can, by considering all these functions, you can elaborate your answer. Clear? Right. So then we focus on people. There's a strategic role. I explained that one, deeply, right? Considering the different strategic levels as well. Then it's a kind of a continued or a continuous process. Then so we focus on the employee development, and we get some initiation of the change management, right? So then again we consider that there's no universally accepted what standards for a human resource management. Why? When it comes to human resource management, there's no any standard. This is the way how you need to manage people. No. So you cannot say that, right? This is the exact way that you have to do, once you are doing this human resource management or once you are managing people, no. So you cannot say that's kind of a, argument. So you agree that statement, right? So you agree with that statement. Yes, tell me why you agree. So why we cannot have a kind of a universally accepted standard when it comes to human resource management? Huh? Yes, so always one is the human behaviors are changing. Right? At least we cannot predict the nature of the humans then. So it's for the again, so think about yourself then. Our maybe desires, goals, right? So everything, so changing. The nature is actually the universally accepted truth is that changing. So everything is changing. People are also changing. So then, yes, what else? Hmm? Yes, cultural differences. Different peoples are representing different cultures, right? So they are coming from different cultures. So then, based on these cultural differences, they are, representing different behaviors, maybe, right? Because of their culture, they are having some different behaviors, right? So they have for a long period of time, they have adapted to that culture. So based on the culture, they are bringing some different values, maybe different behaviors, I think people say. So then, because of these cultural differences, environmental differences, attitudes, personalities, so you can identify some differences among the people. There's a diversity, right? So then, based on that, so you cannot use a kind of a standard, right? So once you are using this human resource management, right? So then here, if you look at these bullet points, it says that human resource policies refers to the human behaviors which is complex, frequently conflictual, and culturally dependent. There are many different HR policy instruments and the practices. So success are otherwise the different HR programs plans difficult to evaluate, right? So then these are some couple of objectives of human resource management, right? So one is to procure the right people. eh? Tell me some objectives of HR as well. So what might be the objectives of proper HR management? Maybe you can convert the characteristics into the objectives as well. Huh? Yes, one might be to motivate the employees, to have a proper motivation among the employees. That's what might be yes. First role then again, if you are see that again. Yes. Hmm? Yes, objectives in a program.
To control the cost of the employee.
Yes, yes. From physically and virtually, I got the same answer. To reduce or control the human resource cost, the cost associated with human resource. That's why, and there will be what are the different costs of human resource management? What are the costs associated with human resources? Hmm? What are the different costs? Labor cost means. Huh? One is the bonus. Labor cost means how much? Yes. Welfare, bonus, bonus is the salaries. Yes, salaries including overtime payments. Hmm? What else? Overtime or salaries, bonuses, then yes, the for the health and safety, to ensure the health and safety, maybe maybe sometimes you have to say pay some insurance, then yes, sometimes you have to give some under the different benefits. Then transportation, maybe then meals, when so not all organizations, but certain organizations they are providing some meals and transportation. That's coming in the with different benefits. So then maybe you have to conduct some annual trips. Then sports events. Again to motivate the people. So what else? How I'm gonna main part there is salaries, pay, bonuses, benefits. Then apart from that, health and safety. Yes, insurance also told. It's what else? Think about the human resource functions and tell me.
So to have the right people do the right job.
We need to be specific. I mean, I'm asking about the cost here, not the objectives. Yeah, as objective, your answer is correct. So I'm asking now about the cost, different cost of human resource management. Hmm? For the training and development, eh? For the training and development, you need to cost. Then to recruitment, hiring, selection. So likewise, will have some different cost. Anyway, so one is to reduce this cost. Then to procure right people at the right time. Then what else? What else? Yes, objectives. Hmm? Sorry. Sorry. Yes, retain the valuable employees, very good. So you have to, keep them, right? So you have to attract the skillful employees and you have to retain them as well, right? So if you are unable to retain them in organization, right? So that implies that so there's no any proper human resource management in the organization. That's why people are leaving. If the turnover, what is turnover rate? Turnover, the rate at which the employees are leaving organization. So then if the turnover rate is very high, that means what? So there's no proper human resource management or there's no culture, proper culture, maybe not, completely not the human resource management, maybe organization culture also. Yeah, the culture also matters. The management, so not 100% the human resource management. Sometimes the different other factors also influencing. Right. So these are some objectives. And very first one is what to you have to procure or you have to acquire right people in right numbers at the right time. To procure right people, right time to do the right jobs. You have to select the people, right people for the right jobs. Skillful කියලා talented in some different tasks or job එක දෙන්නේ වෙන ඒකම වැඩකුත් නැහැ නේ even though it's skillful so you have to identify what is the specific skill that person has based on that you have to give the jobs to procure right people right time to do the right jobs so to retain more appropriate employees to get the improve the employee commitment, then motivate employees. Last one to control the cost of the employees. So then these are the what functions of human resource management. So we can roughly discuss about these functions, right? Recruitment and selection, training development, performance management, compensation, employee relations, health and safety. So in your case, so uh, not even to discuss all these functions, so we have to, I guess, functions maybe. In time permits, so we can have a rough idea about other concepts, right? Okay. So then, these are the importance. I'm not going to explain, right? It's quite same as objectives, maximize productivity, profitability, and the maybe some new terms are there. What is productivity? Productivity is what? Any idea productivity? So there's so we can calculate the productivity as well. When it comes to organization, so we calculate the productivity that is linked with the efficiency, right? Efficiency. Productivity is not just the efficiency, and also effectiveness also there, right? So productivity means simply to get a particular output, how many inputs you used. Clear? For an example, let's assume to manufacture 100 units. So how many inputs, raw materials, labors, right? Machine labors you use. That is the productivity, right? So then we calculate the total productivity and also the partial productivity. Up here separately we can identify uh, human productivity. humans potential to manufacture 100 units, how many labor hours we use? So likewise, you can separately identify. So then one importance is we can maximize the productivity, right? And we can increase the profitability. How we can increase the profitability? Yes, these are the different importance. So I give you kind of maybe around 10 minutes. Can you explain, Dina? Can you explain these six importance? Ah,